Hello!
Welcome back!
Welcome to probably the last episode of our Metroid 2 run.
It's the Queen!
Ah. Jesus. That is unpleasant.
Yep.
Keeps trying to, I believe the kids nowadays call that a boop.
A boop?
Yeah, I don't know. God, I don't know what they're into. It's fucking sells fidget spinners and oral sex.
Ah, damn it. God. There it is!
Oh, crap. If you didn't get chewed up by that one Metroid last episode, probably would have gone a bit more smoothly.
Yeah, it's fine.
How far back are we?
We just still have to kill the 8 Metroids.
Oh, great.
Before the Queen.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, but like, I'm just gonna like cheese them kind of and just go through the door.
Yeah.
If we ever get caught.
I think that's what you should have done the first time, but it seemed like it didn't occur to you that that would actually work. We could get out of this goop.
There we go. I'm gonna recharge again, and then I'm gonna do that.
Fidget spinners, by the way, are up there for me with like adult coloring books, as like this is just a little bit too infantile for me.
Oh, freaking fidget spinners are just the worst.
At the same time, I kind of want one.
No.
I kind of want
Stop
one.
it. Samus looks like a fidget spinner.
I already spin enough crap around on my desk when I'm like bored out of my mind. Like, I kind of.
I just draw because that's like the best thing.
I mean, I draw too, but at a certain point, my hand gets tired, and so I just sort of lean back and try to just mess around with crap on my desk. But I don't know. Someone said that they ordered a bunch of them at work, and that they were just going to give me one for free. So, like, I wouldn't turn that down. But at the same time, like, I really don't get the obsession people have with those.
I don't either. People doing like stupid spinny tricks with them.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Like
grow up. You want to do tricks like that? Go buy tech decks like a normal human being.
I remember tech decks. Pepperidge Farm remembers tech decks.
You say that like tech decks ever went away, but so help me God, tech decks have been here forever, and they will continue to be forever. Tech decks are the one constant. They are the singularity. They are the alpha and the omega.
Uh-oh. Well then, who hurt
Motherfuckers acting like tech decks went out of style. Those are the motherfuckers who hurt me, Danny.
Uh-oh.
You know what I did? You know what I did? I hurt them, and I hurt their families. Because they crossed me.
Down here all so bad. Freaking, like, tech decks are like the fucking, like, main thing.
Tech decks are what broke me, buddy.
Well, look at that. Look at all those Metroids now. 8 more. Ouch. Okay.
You got it this time, buddy. I believe in you.
Beep, 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 beep.
If you do this, I'll buy you any tech deck that you pick.
Oh, you mean it? No fooling?
No, I don't. But I do believe in you.
Damn it. Oh man, like it just like wasn't registering properly. Yeah, I press it once and it's still doing like it goes back to my ice beam and then it just goes back to my ice beam and then goes straight back to my like.
You're still doing way better this time around, though.
Yeah, because I know where they are.
Yeah, you only got 4 more of them.
I'm gonna anticipate when they're coming.
Oh. Jesus.
Let me. Okay, thank God. See, like it's not.
I know where they are now. I can anticipate them.
Yeah, the select button's like broken.
Well, quit breaking my controller, pal. I'm just kidding. Those are like cheap USB controllers. It would not surprise me if like casual usage ended up breaking down one of the buttons. I mean, those things were like $5 each, so I still like them though.
Yeah,
still feels like a more natural way to be playing stuff like this.
yeah. You know, like,
The NES one, I think in particular, I really like for 8-bit games. Like, I would prefer to use that over an Xbox One controller. With 16-bit stuff, I can kind of go either way. Unless it's Sega games, because there's just something about that 6-button that feels so good. The squishiness of that D-pad, like the give of the face buttons. Oh, love it. But those are also like some of the better made ones, because the company that pumps out those 6-button controllers actually have like the specs and design documents for the like actual six buttons that Sega put out. Like they bought them from Sega. So like the stuff that they use, like those are very, very, very close to authentic 6-button controllers. Like they're pretty much the same in all but the branding and like the cable type. Oh, God, dude. Alright, we gotta put a vor warning on this video.
There we go.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
I don't feel okay about that. That's how you make a squelch sound, man.
And this is it. Oh no, that's not it. Fuck!
And this is it.
This, I think I need to do one more, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay, now we say it at the same time. This is it.
Yeah, I think it's 5. Yep.
Nice.
Her head just goes down.
Ugh. Oh!
Yep.
Nasty.
Yep.
Nasty boy.
Just degrades right in front of you.
Ugh.
And then the counter, I think, goes ballistic. No, it's just 0. We did it! We killed all the Metro... What?
Oh, no.
Oh, it
No,
thinks
it
I'm
thinks
the
that-
mommy! It thinks I'm the mommy.
Adorable.
I'm gonna give it to the Federation so they can do testing on it.
I ain't your mom.
You know, like, it's eating this weird shit around me. I think the ending, like, the credits theme is also one of my favorites, because it's actually kind of, like, pretty Metroid-like sounding, like, ending for...
Is it your favorite because it's one of the few songs that actually has a melody?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because most of the music in this has been discordant beeps and boops.
Yep.
And occasionally squelches.
Yep, this little one's making little squelchy noises, because
Yeah.
it's eating some weird stuff. Oh, look at this beautiful, look at the beautiful area.
Yeah, stars in the sky. We did it. We beat Metroid 2.
We did. Like, we
Well,
actually
you
did.
beat it, but
I
I was there. I watched.
Yep.
We did beat it, right?
I'm trying to remember. Oh, okay, I had to...
You have to just break out of the atmosphere using your screw attack.
Pretty much.
Float lifelessly into space.
Because the entrance is right over there.
Jesus, there's a big loop around.
Yep, it was just a giant loop around. Right on my ship.
And then you fall into a pit and die.
I know.
You take fall damage.
There it is. There's my ship.
Alright,
We did it!
this has been Metroid 2.
Metroid 2. What's my percentage?
Which means it's time to rank the Metroids.
Last. Dead last.
This is absolutely the... Okay, so...
Too long.
I think that...
It's just... It's the startup is
So-
The startup is so freaking... Like, slow.
Yes.
Because you have... Like, the whole thing was... Yeah. Check out that run.
Top 10 walk cycles in games. This is definitely making the
So,
list.
the one thing is, the maps for like the first 2 main areas are gigantic and just really convoluted.
They look very samey.
Yep.
And I
Also,
can't necessarily tell if it's that you kept going back to those areas, or if it's just that a lot of areas were designed to look
it's just a lot of
almost
backtracking.
indistinguishable.
There's a lot of backtracking because there's dead ends everywhere.
And I know that on the Game Boy Color, it helps, distinguish the areas a little bit.
A little bit.
We decided not to put it in color because the authentic way to enjoy Metroid 2 is in black and white.
Like, you just bought a Game Boy, and then, like, Metroid 2 came out, and then you're just like, I'll buy this game, and you play it.
Yeah, for example, if we were going to go play this the way it wasn't intended to be played, we would just do AM2R, and we would never touch this to begin with.
Right.
So, authentic Metroid 2 experience. Sort of, though, because I think part of the problem is that this game seems very much designed to be played in brief chunks, and we did it all in, like, 2 sittings.
Yeah.
And that might not be the best way to, like, reap enjoyment out of this thing.
So, the thing about this game, too, is that, like, it's exactly that, because, like, each area feels like, okay, I finish an area, I'm gonna save and do this stuff later.
Yeah.
You know? And so, yeah, like, this is also, like, the shortest credits, because it's only, like, a few programmers that made this.
But, so for me, I think you and I are both in agreement that Fusion is the better of the 3 games that we've played so far.
Yep.
It's the most fleshed out mechanically, it's the most visually interesting, it has a more...
No, I think it's just time-based.
It has a deeper narrative to it. Like, obviously, it taking place much further down, like, the Nintendo console life cycle.
Yep.
It has more going on, and it's a really good game. But the difficult thing for me is which is better, Metroid 2 or Metroid 1? I think you can't get past the screen, but...
No, it's done.
Metroid...
I personally like Metroid 1 just because, like, it conveys that atmosphere a little bit better. It also...
better soundtrack, that's for sure.
A better soundtrack. It's... we can't really say the color because, like, you know, like this was...
It does feel like a moodier game, though.
It feels much more moody. You can tell what, like, where to kind of go, really. There are some secret areas, like, you know, like, because if you never knew where to get to Norfair...
I think the first Metroid, like, there's definitely stuff that's very obtuse about it, but not as much as what I saw in Metroid 2, where a lot of Metroid 2 seems you need to just be, like, throwing bombs at every single wall and rolling into everything and hoping, like, eventually you will brute force your way into a path that is actually critical to move forward.
I mean, like, that for me, I always bomb areas because of secrets, because they're not gonna... They're not going to...
But correct me if I'm wrong, in this game it feels like that is almost a requirement.
To get certain items?
To just move forward.
To move forward, you have to kill a certain amount of Metroids, and then there's always an area where there's lava, and you're just like, okay.
No, I mean it more in, like, there's recharge stations and things around that are located deep within walls, and if you're just trying to, like, run your way through, it's like throwing your head against a brick wall.
Then, like, in that case, yeah.
Like, it almost feels like you need to keep bombing areas if you want to be
That's
able to
the one
get
thing,
through
though,
at
I
a decent
like
pace.
that they added in this game was recharge stations, save stations.
Sure. I'm just saying, I don't think I like how you access most of the recharge stations.
Oh, no, God, no. Like, the ending area had, like, the best way to put that. Like, it was a save station, and then you go into one area, and there's, like, both the rooms, both stations are, like, right there.
Yeah. I guess I think what I'm getting at is I like Metroid 1's exploration more than I like Metroid 2's. I like Metroid 2's idea of it being more open world and that you have to knock out a set amount of Metroids. But I think that Metroid 1 found a really good balance between linearity and exploration.
Because, like, in Metroid 1, you can kill Ridley first before going to kill Kraid, or you can kill Kraid first before going to kill Ridley.
Yeah, so you still have options,
yeah,
but
you have options, and you have, like, if I want to get this item first, or if I just want to get whatever.
But you still feel like you're being pushed forward in the game.
Yeah, because then, like, if you explore, you find those 2 totem poles to get to Mother Brain. You're just like, oh, that means something.
Whereas as this one, it feels to me like if you didn't have a guide, if you weren't, like, reading off of somebody's notes, you would just be like, oh my god, where the fuck is the next Metroid?
This feels like a side quest, like just like a regular, like, arcade, Like
it's
put in your
it's
quarter.
a handheld game.
You're like,
you know?
no, it's like it feels like an arcade game. You put in your quarters and you kill as much Metroids as you can to get to the next area, to like the next level. And then like if you die, you put in more quarters to keep going, and then finally get to the last boss, and there's your score.
I stand by the point that I made earlier in this, that I think that there's like this game has a lot of potential. It's just that they couldn't tap into it because they were hamstrung by the hardware that they were on.
Yes.
I'm interested to see AM2R because I'm interested to see what you could really do with this kind of a Metroid game. You know, something that's...
You're about to say Metroidvania, you son of a bitch.
No.
A vein...
About to say like in the same vein, but I don't know why I would say that because my brain got confused. Because I've been watching Metroid 2 for like the last 3 hours of my life, and all the oxygen has been sucked out of my head. I mean, I don't know what else there is to say. Like, the soundtrack's not very good, obviously.
No, like, the soundtrack is really bad.
Visually uninteresting, but again, that goes into them being hamstrung by the hardware that they were on. I think that even Metroid 1, which reused a lot of the same...
Yeah, they just changed the colors.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I guess the way that I'm sitting here is it's Fusion, it's Metroid 1, it's Metroid 2.
That's about the same for me.
Yeah.
Fusion, Metroid 1, Metroid 2.
But to be clear, I think Metroid 2 could be a really great game. I think that AM2R will prove whether or not that is the case. I think most of Metroid 2's problems for me is just tied up in the fact that it's a Game Boy game and that you can only do so much with it being on a Game Boy.
Yeah. But like, you know, like if we were to like give it more up, like, you know, a little bit more praise, I do like that this is the first time of a portable Metroid game.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, being able to play Metroid on the go is something like...
From what I understand, really... some of the best entries in the series have been on portables.
Yep. Metroid Zero Mission, one of them.
Yeah.
And, not Prime Hunters, really, but...
Yeah. Like I said, I really like the concept of, like, the conceit here is you need to destroy X number of Metroids.
That's really, like, the only thing. Like, this seemed like this was going to be, like, the end-all of Metroid, because... You know.
I think what would make that more interesting, and again, this is something I don't think you could have done on the Game Boy because of cartridge and hardware limitations, but like if there were more unique boss fights, like if there were a set number of Metroids that mutated in some sort of special way that they became something radically different, that took a bit more strategy and quick thinking to take them out.
Oh yeah, that would have been really, really nice, because like...
This, after a while, it's like I'm killing the same like Omega Metroid for the 10th time.
Yeah, like, there's the alphas, and then the gammas, and then the zetas, and then the omegas, and then you finally get to the queen.
And then there's spaces in that game where you're fighting them so close together, it almost makes, like, at some point that starts to feel very hollow. You're just taking out yet another enemy type. It's slightly more special than your typical enemy.
I don't know if that's, like, what they were trying to do to make it, like, Samus is just a cold, hard killer, and you should, like, you know, like, she's just doing this.
I don't know.
I don't know if they went that far into that thinking. But like then again, I feel like this is just Metroid.
I think this is so like I think I was fairly into the first Metroid and I was interested in Fusion. I think this is the only one so far where my eyes kind of just like glazed over a little bit and I just had a hard time keeping up as an observer.
Yeah, like this is a game
that interesting to me.
Like this one is not as like most played. Like, for most people, this is probably, like, their first entry in Metroid, and they loved it, and they got it, or whatever. You know, that's great. I
can see what there is to like about it.
There's a lot to like about it, but there's also just kind of, like, it's just a little bit too, like, it's just dated.
I think it all comes back to AM2R is the real test of whether or not the concept of Metroid 2 has legs.
Yeah.
And so I am super interested in seeing that. That will probably be the last one that we get to, I think.
Yes, we should do that.
So we will definitely check it out. It will be part of this ranking the Metroids. And we will be back next time with Super Metroid.
Super Metroid.
Which is often cited as people's favorite Metroid game. So we will see what we think of that.
Alrighty.
Yeah. All right. See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.